It's time for an update of this evening's weather conditions across South Africa. And starting off with our satellite imagery, once again, we see that thunder showers have developed over the central and eastern parts of the country on Thursday afternoon. The most intense thunderstorms developed along the eastern escarpment, especially over southern Mpumalanga, where a few severe thunderstorms were observed. More isolated activity occurred over parts of the Northern Cape, the Free State, as well as Lesotho. Moving ahead in time now, thunder showers continue this evening over parts of eastern South Africa, gradually dissipating overnight, while tomorrow a fairly strong cold front will be approaching the west coast of the country, bringing cool, wet and cloudy conditions to the southwestern Cape. Ahead of that, it's going to remain warm to hot, especially over KZN and into the Lowveld, and thunder showers developing once again on Friday afternoon for much of the Highveld. The South African Weather Service has issued 2 alerts for today. The first is a warning for a heavy swell expected from Cape Columbine all the way through to Port Alfred in the Eastern Cape, swell heights exceeding 4 meters across that region. And the second alert is a watch for the likelihood of severe thunderstorms over parts of Mpumalanga as well as northwestern KwaZulu-Natal. Thunder shower activity is going to be mainly isolated across central and eastern South Africa this evening, although scattered thunderstorms are still expected along that eastern escarpment as well as for some parts of the eastern Highveld, including Bethlehem as well as Harrismith in the Free State. Moving ahead now to the Metrovision, Cape Town's expecting an overnight low of 16 degrees, mainly cloudy skies, northwesterly winds settling in ahead of that cold front. And by tomorrow, as the cold front is on the city's doorstep, we're expecting it to be a cloudy and wet day, a maximum of only 20, and southwesterly winds settling in across the city towards the evening hours. On our wind stream animation, we can see the cold front approaching from the west, indicated by a very sharp wind shift as it does so. At the same time, it's also going to bring fresh to strong northwesterly winds across the Karoo areas, getting up to 50 kilometers per hour at times. And there we see the cold front's going to be making landfall late on Friday afternoon over the southwestern corner of the country, and behind it, southerly flow pushing in. Moving ahead now to minimum temperatures, where it's going to be cold over parts of southern South Africa. Sutherland drops down to 6 degrees. It's going to be a mild night over the central parts, but especially warm along the eastern coastline as well as into the Lowveld. By tomorrow afternoon, very warm temperatures are expected towards the east once again. Richards Bay in KwaZulu-Natal gets all the way up to 36, 33 for Pietermaritzburg and Durban, but much cooler towards the western coastline. Cape Town at 20 and Sutherland at 21 degrees. On Saturday, conditions start clearing up towards the western parts of South Africa. The wet weather spreads up the eastern coastline, significant cooling for both Durban and Richards Bay. And by Sunday, temperatures are far warmer in the west, and it's going to be another hot and dry day for Uppington and Kimberley in the Northern Cape.